$350 billion investment over the next 5 years. Yeah. You are bringing billions of dollars back to the United States to spend here. How will you be spending that money?
We'll make the largest tax payment of its kind to the U.S. government as a result of the repatriation change, and we'll spend $38 billion there, and I'm sure that will be used for purposes of jobs or infrastructure and so forth. And then, we're putting another site in the U.S. We're thrilled to announce that today. We're lifting the manufacturing fund that we created last year from $1 billion to $5 billion. We're thrilled with what we've seen so far. These are businesses that we can help expand in the United States or set up operations for the first time in the U.S. We sell 2/3 of our products, or 2/3 of our revenues come from international countries. And so we make 2/3 of our profits or more outside the United States. And so what we've been advocating for a while is the ability to bring that back without a huge penalty. We've always felt very comfortable with paying a lot in taxes, just not a huge amount. And we like the repatriation agreement on the corporate tax side, and we're going to bring the vast majority of it here, and do things like that you're sitting in right now in this facility in Reno, and investing here. And we're investing in a lot of other places in the United States as well. There are large parts of this that are a result of the tax reform, and there's large parts of this that we would have done in any situation. And so I haven't spent a lot of time in categorizing those two, because to me, this is about America. It's not about which bucket you put things in. We want to help America. And it feels great to do that today. We are going to create a new site, and we're not ready to tell you where, but we've narrowed the list a lot. We wanted to narrow it to prevent a sort of this auction kind of process that we'd like to stay out of. And so we've already narrowed it, and we'll be announcing where later in the year.
You have campuses in California and Texas right now.
That's right.
Any chance it would be in either of those places?
Well, the third site will be in a different state than those two. We will also expand some of our existing sites, but the third one will be somewhere else.
A new state?
A new state. We actually, back more than a year ago, about a year ago, we released some code that essentially what it does is all batteries age over time, and they become unhealthy at a point in time. And an unhealthy battery has a probability that it will create an unexpected restart. And so you can imagine if you're making an emergency call, or you're making an important call that's important to you, or an important message that you're waiting for, or you want to capture that moment that is fleeting with your camera or whatever. We always focus on the user experience. So at the heart of any decision that we make is the user. And we felt it would be better to take something off of the performance to prevent that from happening. And so when we did put it out, we did say what it was, but I don't think a lot of people were paying attention, and maybe we should have been clearer as well. And so we deeply apologize for anybody that thinks we had some other kind of motivation, because our motivation is always the user. The user is at the center of everything we do. And so we've listened to the feedback very carefully, and what we're doing now is, in addition to giving everybody a very, very low price on a battery if they would like to get a new battery, we cut it from like $79 to $29. We're also going to, in a developer release that happens next month, we're going to give people the visibility of the health of their battery. So it's very, very transparent. This hasn't been done before, but we've thought through this whole thing and learned everything we can learn from it. And so we want to do that. And in the situation that, and we will tell somebody saying, you know, we're slightly reducing or we're reducing your performance by some amount in order to not have an unexpected restart. And if you don't want it, you can turn it off. Now, we don't recommend it because we think that people's iPhones are really important to them, and you never can tell when something is so urgent. And so, you know, our actions were all in service of the user. I can't stress that enough. And you know, maybe we should have been clear at a point in time, but our actions were always the purest. Well, again, if anybody out there believes we did something nefariously, we apologize for any kind of thing that we did or didn't do. But I think most people that buy an iPhone buy one because of the whole that it brings. You know, that the camera is much better, that the display is much better, that it gives you an AR experience, that you have Face ID. I mean, there's many reasons to get an iPhone.